Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into, well, the fascinating world of immersive virtual environments, the metaverse, and how businesses and individuals, too, are stepping into this whole new dimension of digital interaction.
hmm It's a big topic right now.
It really is. We've been looking at a pretty compelling presentation and also a Q&A document. They're from two brands, VR 3D Design and 3DD Social World.
Right, and they seem to be right at the forefront of this evolution.
Exactly. So our mission for you today is really to pull out the most important insights from these materials. We want to show you not just what these platforms are, but maybe more importantly, why they seem poised to redefine how we connect, learn, shop, even how we entertain ourselves digitally.
Yeah, get beyond the buzzwords.
Totally. You'll get a real shortcut, hopefully, to understanding this next big wave in online presence. And we've got some practical examples that should help it stick. So maybe to set the scene first. Who are these brands? VR 3D Design and 3DD Social World, they actually work together, right, under one company?
Yeah, that's right. There's sort of two sides of the same coin, both focused on cutting-edge 3D solutions.
So if I'm getting this right, VR 3D Design is like the architect. They build the amazing 3D stuff, the virtual assets, the look and feel.
That's a perfect way to think about it, yeah. VR 3D design crafts the intricate virtual spaces and objects. Think really high-res 4K architectural renders, virtual tours, detailed 3D interior designs, even custom AR/VR software.
Okay, the creative engine, sort of.
Exactly. They handle the design, the precision, the tech behind making these virtual spaces functional and, well, stunning.
And then 3DD Social World, where do they fit in?
So if VR 3D design builds the content, 3DD Social World is the platform. It's the destination where all those spaces come alive. It's like the virtual world itself, specifically designed for social interaction, gaming, business, all within the metaverse.
Ah, okay. So it's the place you go to experience the things VR 3D design makes.
Precisely. Their whole goal is fostering that deep engagement, creativity, collaboration between people inside this virtual world.
That clears it up nicely. There is one integration mentioned in both sources that really jumped out at me. The AI sales assistant.
Oh yeah, that's interesting stuff.
Personal AI avatars that can actually help you or even sell things inside these virtual spaces. How is that different from just, a regular chatbot on a website?
That's a really key point. These aren't just basic chatbots running off scripts. The AI part is crucial. They're designed to learn from interactions, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they can personalize recommendations in real time, engage with users proactively, and the aim is for it to feel surprisingly human-like.
Huh. So they could guide you through a virtual store.
Exactly, or help with a purchase, answer complex questions. It makes the whole sales or support process feel much more natural,
Yeah.
more intuitive within that immersive setting. It really plays into that dynamic, personalized experience they're aiming for.
Okay, I see. That definitely sounds more advanced. And that leads us perfectly to the fundamental question, why? Why use these platforms instead of, the traditional ones? Why bother with immersion when a website or an app works okay?
Well, it's really about shifting from just passively looking at something to actively participating.
Okay.
Imagine instead of scrolling through a website, your customers actually walk in. They can pick up virtual products, interact with your brand, really experience it in a fully immersive way.
Right.
The materials really stress this. 3DD Social World isn't just another website. It's pitched as a living, interactive space. It gives your business a proper, almost physical presence in the digital world. It's designed to create that feeling of being there.
That does paint a picture. Like the example they used, a luxury retail shop. Instead of just flat images, maybe a video. Customers can literally step into a virtual boutique,
Yeah.
explore high-end stuff in this premium digital showroom, see how things look under different lighting, zoom in on materials.
Interact with them, yeah.
And even talk to one of those AI assistants we mentioned, all from their computer. That really does change the game for online shopping.
Absolutely. And the core benefit they're highlighting is, boosting engagement, customer loyalty, and ultimately sales. Because it's a memorable, interactive brand experience.
Sticks with you more.
Exactly. That shift from just looking to actively exploring, that's what they argue builds that long-term loyalty in a way that, frankly, standard e-commerce struggles to do.
And what about, say, real estate? That seemed like another big one.
Oh, huge potential there. Instead of just 2D floor plans, maybe some photos.
Right, which can be hard to visualize sometimes.
Exactly. Potential buyers can explore properties remotely, but in full 3D. They can walk through different layouts, see customization options applied instantly, get a real feel for the space without leaving their home.
That must speed things up.
Well, the documents claim it significantly speeds up decision-making and, crucially for the business, increases conversions. Makes sense, right? You feel more confident.
Yeah, definitely. It removes some of the guesswork.
So if you zoom out, the sources basically suggest that almost any industry that sells experiences or products or relies on community, they can benefit. The applications are just incredibly broad.
They really seem to be. Let's walk through some of those applications they mention. Retail and fashion first.
Right. We touched on the virtual boutique idea, but think bigger. Virtual shopping malls, storefronts you can customize completely, these 3D product showcases.
And customers can literally walk in and even try on outfits digitally.
That's the concept, yeah. A complete rethink of online retail.
Okay. What about education and training? How does that work?
Well, imagine virtual resource hubs or interactive learning tools that aren't just click and read, spaces for actual workshops, training sessions.
So like a university could build a virtual campus.
Exactly. A fully navigable campus students can access from anywhere. Or companies could use it for, say, much more engaging employee onboarding or specialized skills training. Hands-on, but virtual.
That's fascinating. Okay, but what about things that usually need big crowds, like events and networking?
Huge potential there, too. Think virtual event spaces. They can host corporate events, social ones, hybrid events.
With like virtual stages and stuff?
Yeah, virtual stages for keynotes, networking lounges where avatars can mingle, real-time audience tools like polls, Q&A. It means you can have global reach for trade shows, conferences, maybe even concerts.
Wow. Okay, and culturally? Culture and arts?
Oh, really rich possibilities. Immersive museums, art exhibitions. You could offer global virtual tours, have galleries that change exhibits easily, interactive displays.
Could you make learning fun? Like gamification?
Absolutely. Gamified learning elements. They even mentioned interact artist tours, 3D galleries, virtual art openings, even auctions. It just opens it up to everyone, everywhere.
And I suppose gaming and fun is an obvious fit.
Definitely. Vibrant virtual game zones, tournaments, leaderboards, multiplayer games, real-time social interaction, maybe even virtual currency, game coins to unlock things. Building a whole community around fun.
Okay, one more they listed, business and digital real estate. What's that about?
This is interesting. It's the idea that companies can actually own and monetize virtual land or spaces within this world.
Like sell ad space.
Exactly. Sell ad spots, offer exclusive access to certain areas, create totally bespoke, immersive spaces for their brand. It's treating digital space like, well, real estate. A whole new asset class, potentially.
Okay, so we've seen the possibilities are pretty vast. Let's switch gears a bit to the practical stuff. How does this actually work for a business financially? And maybe more importantly, how easy is it to get involved? Is it super complex?
Good questions. The sources lay out a pretty clear, scalable business model. They talk about several ways these platforms generate revenue.
Okay, like what?
Things like virtual space leasing businesses rent their spot, customization fees, subscription plans for accessing premium features.
Right.
Also, event hosting and ticketing charging for access to exclusive virtual events. And, like we just touched on, advertising and sponsorships within the world, interactive ads, branded areas.
Okay, that makes sense. There was a good analogy in the materials.
Ah, yeah, the shopping mall one.
That's it, like how shops pay rent in a physical mall. Here, brands invest in a premium virtual storefront in, say, 3D social world.
Right. But the key difference they emphasize is you're not just getting a flat web page for your money, you're getting this interactive customer experience that's designed to actually convert more leads into sales.
And so the ROI isn't just about views, it's about deeper engagement actually leading to business.
That's the argument, yeah. Deeper engagement, more transactions.
But does a business need to be a tech giant to do this? Is it only for big companies with huge budgets? That seems like a barrier.
That's a really critical point, and the documents address it directly. They state pretty clearly it's designed to be, and I think the quote was, as intuitive as browsing a website, but 100x more engaging.
Okay, intuitive is good.
And users can access it on pretty much any device, laptop, tablet, maybe even phone, just with a click. No complex installs usually.
And what about setting it up for the business itself?
They claim to provide full support, help businesses build and customize their virtual spaces quickly.
How quick?
Get this. They say a small business, even one with zero tech experience, could have a fully customized virtual store ready in days.
Days? Really?
That's the claim. They compare it to setting up like an Instagram page or Shopify store, but obviously far more immersive and impactful. It really lowers that barrier to entry if it's true.
Yeah, that's huge if it's that accessible.
And the partnership benefits they list are pretty compelling. Increased brand visibility just by being there, these global hosting and networking opportunities.
Right, reaching people you couldn't otherwise.
Exactly. And the ability to create a space that perfectly reflects your brand's identity. It positions you as an innovator, someone embracing the future.
So this really isn't just about adding some cool tech feature to your website. It sounds more strategic, like shaping the future of how we interact online.
I think that's exactly how they see it. And the materials make a pretty bold projection.
Oh, yeah.
The Metaverse economy, they forecast it reaching something like $800 billion by 2028.
Wow, $800 billion. That's massive.
It is. And they clearly position these platforms, VR 3D design and 3D social world, as aiming to be major players in that revolution. They also talk about continuously integrating AI, VR, other new tech to keep businesses ahead.
It really makes you think. Remember how businesses that jumped on social media early got a huge advantage?
Absolutely. A first-mover advantage.
The sources basically suggest 3D social world is that kind of next evolution for online presence. That companies joining now, they'll be the pioneers of these immersive brand experiences.
Like the ones who mastered e-commerce before it was just normal.
Exactly. Investing in these interactive digital spaces now could really define who leads the market tomorrow. It's about foresight. So, all right, we've unpacked quite a bit here, how VR 3D design and 3D social world are creating these really compelling interactive virtual spaces. They're way more than just websites.
Offering real, tangible benefits across so many industries and for you as a potential user too.
Definitely feels like more than just a website visit.
And this whole vision of digital interaction, it doesn't feel like some far-off sci-fi concept anymore based on these materials. It seems like it's here, it's becoming accessible, and it's evolving fast.
Yeah.
So maybe the thought to leave you with is, what really stands out to you about the idea of experiencing a brand or a museum or even a training session, not just looking at it on a screen, but being within a truly interactive, living digital space? What does that feel like?